Europe finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with unprecedented security challenges that have reignited the debate over nuclear deterrence. The continent, long reliant on the United States' nuclear umbrella, is increasingly apprehensive about its security guarantees. This unease stems from a confluence of factors, including evolving geopolitical dynamics, the unpredictable nature of international relations, and a perceived shift in U.S. foreign policy priorities. The specter of a resurgent Russia, emboldened by its actions in Ukraine, looms large over European capitals. Moscow's assertive posture, coupled with its modernization of nuclear forces, has heightened anxieties and fueled a sense of vulnerability among European nations. This unease is compounded by uncertainties surrounding the United States' long-term commitment to European security. The Trump administration's rhetoric on NATO, and its emphasis on America First policies, have raised concerns about a potential drawdown of U.S. military presence in Europe. The possibility of a reduced U.S. commitment to Article 5, the cornerstone of NATO's collective defense pact, has sent ripples of concern across the continent. In this climate of uncertainty, European nations are beginning to question the sustainability of their long-standing reliance on the U.S. for nuclear deterrence. This introspection has sparked a debate about alternative security arrangements and the potential for greater European strategic autonomy. Amidst growing concerns about the future of European security, prominent voices within the continent are advocating for greater nuclear cooperation and strategic independence. German politician Friedrich Merz, a leading figure in the Christian Democratic Union, has called for in-depth discussions on nuclear sharing with France and the United Kingdom. Merz's proposal reflects a growing sentiment within Germany that the country can no longer solely rely on the United States for its security. This shift in perspective is driven by a desire for greater autonomy in defense matters, and a recognition of the need for a more robust European defense posture. French President Emmanuel Macron has emerged as a vocal proponent of a more assertive European role in global affairs. Macron has called for the creation of a joint European Union large-scale nuclear deterrent, arguing that such a force would provide a credible counterbalance to Russia's strategic advantage and reduce Europe's dependence on the United States. Macron's proposal envisions a more integrated European defense architecture, one in which member states pool their resources and capabilities to create a truly formidable deterrent force. This ambitious vision, while facing significant political and logistical hurdles, reflects a growing recognition that Europe must take greater responsibility for its own security. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has exposed deep-seated strategic disagreements between the United States and Europe, further fueling anxieties about the future of transatlantic security cooperation. The 2024 Oval Office meeting between then-President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, marked by tension and a lack of tangible outcomes, underscored the growing rift between Washington and some of its European allies. European nations, particularly those in Eastern Europe, have expressed frustration over what they perceive as a lack of U.S. resolve in confronting Russia's actions in Ukraine. The Trump administration's reluctance to provide Ukraine with lethal military aid and its pursuit of a more conciliatory approach towards Moscow have raised concerns about the United States' commitment to defending its European partners. These disagreements have spilled over into the realm of nuclear policy, with some European leaders expressing concern that the United States might be willing to strike a deal with Russia over their heads, potentially jeopardizing European security interests. The lack of a unified transatlantic response to the Ukraine crisis has highlighted the need for Europe to develop its own strategic autonomy and reduce its reliance on the United States. President Macron's proposal for a joint European nuclear deterrent represents a bold and potentially transformative step towards greater European strategic autonomy. Macron envisions a collaborative effort, with EU member states pooling their resources and expertise to develop a credible nuclear deterrent that can effectively counter evolving threats. This proposal, while ambitious in its scope, acknowledges the long-term strategic challenges facing Europe. A joint deterrent, Macron argues, would not only enhance Europe's security, but also bolster its standing on the global stage. It would demonstrate a united front against potential adversaries and allow Europe to project power independently of the United States. Macron has suggested that the development of such a deterrent would require a sustained commitment over several years, potentially taking up to a decade to fully realize. This time frame underscores the complexity of the undertaking, involving intricate technical, logistical, and political considerations. Despite the challenges, Macron's vision has sparked a crucial conversation about the future of European defense. It recognizes the need for a paradigm shift in how Europe approaches its security, moving away from dependence on the United States towards a more self-reliant and assertive posture. President Macron's ambitious proposal to reduce nuclear weapons in Europe has sparked a wide range of reactions. Some leaders see it as a bold step towards peace, while others are more skeptical. They question whether such a reduction would leave Europe vulnerable. Macron, however, remains steadfast in his vision. He believes that this move is essential for long-term stability and security in the region. As debates continue, one thing is clear: the conversation about nuclear disarmament is far from over. Now let's delve into the current state of Europe's nuclear arsenal. It's crucial to understand the capabilities and limitations of these weapons. European countries, including the United Kingdom and France, maintain their own independent nuclear forces. The United Kingdom's Trident missile system, for example, is a cornerstone of its strategic deterrent. France, on the other hand, relies on its force to dissuasion, which includes both submarine-launched and air-launched nuclear weapons. These arsenals are designed to provide a credible deterrent against any potential adversary. But how effective are they in the face of evolving threats? Moving on to nuclear doctrine and advanced weaponry, we see that European nations have distinct approaches to nuclear strategy. The United Kingdom follows a policy of minimum credible deterrence, maintaining a nuclear force that is just sufficient to deter any nuclear aggression. France, however, emphasizes the concept of dissuasion du faible au fort, or deterrence from the weak to the strong, ensuring that any potential aggressor knows the cost of an attack would be unacceptably high. Both countries are also investing in modernization programs to enhance the reliability and effectiveness of their nuclear arsenals. These efforts include the development of new warheads and delivery systems, ensuring that their deterrent remains credible in the 21st century. As we consider European countermeasures, Poland's role becomes particularly significant. Poland, situated at the eastern edge of NATO, plays a critical role in the alliance's defense strategy. The country has been actively enhancing its military capabilities, including its missile defense systems, to counter potential threats from the east. Poland's strategic location and its commitment to NATO make it a key player in Europe's security landscape. By hosting NATO troops and participating in joint exercises, Poland helps to reinforce the alliance's deterrence posture. This in turn contributes to the overall stability and security of the region. Looking ahead, charting the future of European security involves addressing several key challenges. Firstly, the modernization of nuclear arsenals must continue to ensure they remain effective deterrents. Secondly, European nations need to enhance their missile defense capabilities to protect against emerging threats. Thirdly, maintaining strong alliances, particularly within NATO, is essential for collective security. Finally, diplomatic efforts to reduce nuclear risks through arms control agreements and non-proliferation initiatives remain crucial. By addressing these challenges, Europe can navigate the complexities of the 21st century security environment and ensure a stable and secure future for its citizens.